Outwitting the Devil, A Deep Psychological Deconstruction. Part 2. Napoleon Hill. In Part 1, the devil revealed his primary weapon, drift. In Part 2, he explains how drift is maintained, protected, and normalized until people no longer recognize it as captivity. This is where the book becomes deeply personal. How fear becomes a lifestyle. The devil admits that fear is his most reliable tool, not because it paralyzes people completely, but because it conditions them slowly. Fear rarely shows up as panic. It shows up as caution that overstays. People tell themselves, "I'll wait until I'm ready. Now isn't the right time. I need more information. I don't want to make the wrong move." What feels like intelligence is often avoidance wearing a suit. The devil explains that fear works best when it feels reasonable. People who are afraid but aware might fight back. People who are afraid and rationalizing will stay stuck indefinitely. The trap of social approval. One of the most disturbing confessions in the book is how deeply people are controlled by the opinions of others. The devil says he does not need people to obey him directly. He only needs them to seek approval. When approval becomes a compass, authenticity disappears. People begin to choose careers they don't love, stay in relationships that shrink them, silence ideas that don't match the group, delay growth to avoid standing out. The fear of being judged becomes stronger than the desire to be free. Hill exposes a painful truth. Many people would rather be accepted than alive in their truth. Education that teaches what to think, not how to think. The devil explains that formal education often trains people to absorb information, but not to question it. When learning becomes memorization instead of thinking, the mind weakens. People begin to defer to authority automatically, distrust their intuition, fear making independent decisions. The devil thrives where curiosity is punished and conformity is rewarded. Hill is not attacking learning. He is attacking mental dependency. A mind that never questions becomes easy to steer. Habit, the silent handcuffs. Drift becomes permanent through habit. The devil explains that repeated behavior eventually removes choice. People stop deciding and start functioning. They wake up, they work, they distract themselves, they sleep, they repeat. Not because they chose this life, but because no moment was ever claimed deliberately. Habits become identities. I'm just like this. This is how life is. It's too late now. The devil loves the phrase too late. It keeps people loyal to the past. The fear of one's own mind. One of the most unsettling revelations in the book is this. People are afraid of being alone with their thoughts. Silence threatens drift because silence creates confrontation. In silence, questions arise. Is this really my life? Why am I settling? What am I avoiding? So people stay busy. They stay entertained. They stay distracted. Noise becomes protection against awareness. The devil says that as long as people avoid stillness, they avoid awakening. Why most people never truly decide. Hill reveals that decision-making is rare. Most people make preferences, not decisions. They want change, but not discomfort. They want growth, but not responsibility. They want freedom, but not uncertainty. So they remain in the in-between space, not miserable enough to leave, not alive enough to feel fulfilled. The devil does not need despair. He only needs complacency. The cost of drift, this is where it hurts. Drift does not always destroy lives dramatically. It erodes them quietly. People reach midlife with a vague regret, unspoken resentment, unrealized potential, a sense of I could have been more. They didn't fail loudly. They simply never chose boldly. Hill makes this clear. The greatest tragedy is not failure, but a life never directed by conscious thought. The devil does not fear strong people. He fears decisive ones. The moment you stop asking for permission, stop delaying, stop living by borrowed beliefs, his influence weakens. And that moment begins in silence.